What's going on, everybody? This is BMT coming at you again. I'm doing a talk with you guys on pretty much something that hold on, give me a second. I gotta do this right. Here we go. Yeah, I hate with no passion. I don't like doing videos unless I have the banner under me. It's just natural now. And I wanted to do a talk about the baby parental fake outrage. Um, I want to talk with y'all about that, man. Like I've been hearing a lot, since I've been in these spaces about, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to get these baby mothers in line, these baby fathers in line. And I gotta be for real with y'all. You ain't stopping a dang thing. You're not stopping anything. Actually, just to be honest with y'all, I mean, only people that you need to probably be worried about is yourself. I'm being very straightforward and honest about it. You need to worry about yourself. I hear a lot of people going off the cuff, you know, telling people that that yeah, okay. I hear people going off the cuff telling people what they need to do or how they need to act, or what I'm saying. I got kids of my own, but I got to be honest with y'all. I really don't see people banging, you know, like that. I mean, these baby mama and these single mother and these baby mama talk, they're old and they're dried out and they're dead. Like y'all ain't changing anything. If anything, I would have been seeing as much as people saying that they got the blueprint or they understand certain powers that they be, and I'm answering back to a subscriber request. You would have started a family by now. You would have actually started doing that. And I hear people say, well, because of the climate of the woman or the man, this is why. I'm like, okay, so why are you complaining? What's up with none? So why are you complaining? Because if you're not, you sound like somebody that just wants to be heard. And I get it. Like, to be honest, man, listen, man, it's a dried out, dead horse you've been beating on. You ain't, you, man, I'm literally right now dealing with, with people getting up into a property right now. And the dude, I asked him a question. I said, "Hey, you gonna be signing your name down on the paperwork?" Oh no, she was like, "Oh no, this is my place." Now, granted, this is a full on man. You know what I'm saying? This is a full on man standing behind a woman. This is a man standing behind a woman. I ain't telling him to shut up, but I said that some of these guys are full of shit. Majority of these people are baby mama and baby daddies. I ain't say they gotta shut up, but I mean stop. It's dead. It's dried out. It's run out. It's run its course. Stop making it seem like it's something that it is. It really ain't. People come on here to come on and complain about their stuff when they know doggone well they talk a good game. And that's the thing. People talk a good game until we actually get this cash up and see their lifestyle of what they do, man. Don't fake the funk for me. See, I don't ever tell you what your content can be or what it can be. I ain't tell you to play holy out there now, but let's not pretend that you know everybody is doing them for them. listen, ain't nobody sweating none of these people no in none of these spaces or anything like that. Like, no, man, it's just not. Just not. And like I said, I deal with people every day. I deal with people every day when it comes to properties. I be up in them school buildings. I get to watch people very adamantly, man. Y'all ain't never heard me say, "Hey, tell you what you can and can't talk about." I don't care. That's your bandwidth. That's your internet. But stop faking the funk because the doggone when we ask them, so do you have family? Do you have kids? What are you doing? Lead by example if you're gonna talk it. And that's when it starts getting strangely quiet. I mean, just being for real. But I get it. You know, I, I guess I'll be that bad guy. I'll be that bad guy. It is what it is. Besides, somebody asked me to speak on this. But let's be honest, man. I asked the dude, I said, hey, how long you been with this girl? He said he been with her for a few months. I said, okay, so you knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? And he was honest about it. I said, but you never tried to wife her. You never tried to be with her like that. Did you ever try setting up something? I mean, what's good? You know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, he wanted to check for her. Like, I mean, he was like, he didn't want to get married. So you didn't want to get married, but you wanted a baby. And the same thing go to the woman. You want the man to step up, but you then you got a puzzle on your face because the man just put up a baby in you. But you were fine with the get down. You should have already known. You should have already known the contract. I don't fault kids because kids didn't ask to be here. I really don't. Kids don't ask to be here. They show up when two people, for the most part, consensual. We'll go off of that, know what they're doing and getting into. The rhetoric that I hear here is people like playing victim mode. Well, do you think the woman should have got married, or will you think that both people should have got married? Let me ask that. Do you think both people should have gotten married? And if they ain't talking about marriage, then hey, you could probably try to dumb it down with doggone the baby. Listen, man, I can tell you right now, like I was not talking marriage with my first baby. I wasn't. But I know one thing, yo, it's hard to lead a household outside of the home. I'm sorry, you're gonna have a hard time saying you the man of the house, not in the house. You're gonna have a hard time saying that's your man, and you ain't got no claim on him. You don't. He don't claim you. So why are you mad? You should have known the contract. That's the thing that gets me about people when they act stupid to this. My baby daddy ain't no good. Well, guess what? You made a no good choice. You chose that dude. I always hate it when I hear this is a black people thing. It ain't no black people thing. This is a people's thing, man. But I sure know I can pull up a lot of people. Don't even matter the race. They literally doggone shack up and shack down. So the narrative that people feel like they've been slighted because they doggone didn't, want to take the contract serious, that's on them. But you can't doggone be trying to make it seem like you playing victim mode If these men, I'm like, well, mother, what are you? What are you like? I mean, come on, man. Ain't nobody got time for these doggone what's the Tupac videos? You knew the contract. You knew doggone well, hey, I'm about to make a quick nut come up. I'm hearing about all this high value dating and all this set stuff. Man, shut up with that stuff, man. Y'all so full of crap in these spaces, man. That's what I'm saying. You teach an idiot a new word, and they swear up and down they on qualification mode. How you high value and you got like umpteen polygamous relationships going on out there, yet you can't even put yourself down on the tax papers, but you're afraid that you're going to have the system clamp down on you. You can't be that high value. Can't be that high value if you can't even put your kids in a home. So I mean, who you fooling? I mean, I just call it out for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like I said, I really hate the disingenuous talk where people pretend like, yo, these kids out here, these women, like, nah, bro, come on, man. You telling me you ain't know where you're sticking your dick? You telling me your dick just got lost in the poom poom? But if it did, then hey, we need to have a class on the birds and the bees. Like I said, man, ain't nobody tricked me into what I was doing. Same thing for a lot of the fellas and the females. I'm seeing a lot of these narrative roles. You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody say something stupid one time. The mother should have let the children starve, then put them on a welfare system. And I'm like, well, dang. When stupid people talk, part one, two, three, four, five. So you saying you're mad that certain people, and I gotta be real with y'all, man. I gotta be real with y'all. I know dudes that tell their girls to go get food stamps. I know a lot of dudes that tell their girls to get on food stamps. I know quite a lot. I know quite a lot of females that swallow the plan B so that way they can keep a man. So all these narratives about abortion, all these narratives about Planned Parenthood, it ain't really Planned Parenthood, but they ain't like that many Planned Parenthoods all over the goddamn place. I see people going right up there in Walmart hand in hand, um, getting the pills. Dude pushing the buggy with with another feet with another baby that ain't even his in the cart while she's getting a Plan B pill, and he right there co-signing her at the cash out line. Huh? Yeah. I've seen females get an abortion just to stay with the dude while he taking care of another dude's baby. No, like I said, y'all really think this spot here is smoking? Smoking what? Single mothers and daddies getting bedded down every day, B. Every day. Y'all may say ain't nobody taking them, but that's a lie. That's a lie from the pits. That's a lie from the pit. That I watch that every day. Ain't nobody hurt. Heck, they even make songs about it. So let's be honest. Most rich people that make six figures, the reason why you don't hear them really complain about it, but they're like, I got the bread to take care of it. I mean, it's just that simple. Contra- Contraceptives save lives. Yeah, data is a narrative. Data is a narrative. Definitely. But I know we know parents that literally knowingly choose to be single. Let's not play the narrative game that we know. Listen, man, I know guys that make babies and never married a chick, but they in that child's life and in the girl's life. And when I asked them, hey, did y'all ever get married? Nope, never get married. I know females, they don't want to I know females, they don't ever see that dude as no plausible person. They don't see that dude as no that guy. Because they know he ain't gonna never step up. And we'll hear the complaining, well, why won't he give me the chance? Well, we know you ain't gonna step up, man. Come on, man. Are they counting miscarriages? Are they counting like you got to understand? Like who all here has been into a Planned Parenthood building actually, or any who all here has been into an abortion clinic? Like I said, I've done been up in there too many times. So when we ask the question, but I know guys already telling their girls, yo, babe, I ain't ready for no kids. Girl be like, okay, don't talk, don't talk a good game, but then you ain't ready for it. And that's why I be saying, like, yo, man, all this talk about I deserve this or I deserve that, like, yo, man, like, y'all gonna have to miss me with the narratives. I believe everybody feels they deserve happiness. Everybody feels like they deserve happiness, but I mean, listen, nobody's caring to talk so much about these issues and all this stuff going on, but they're like, yo, what do you have to make me actually want to listen to you? I mean, I'm just being honest. What do you have to make people want to actually be there and actually lay up and actually say, yo, man, like, I can see this person as that person. Okay, everybody see here's the thing about it. Everybody, y'all got that narrative all wrong. Y'all think people think they deserve that person. Everybody thinks they deserve. Think. I think I deserve $1 billion. That don't mean I'm gonna get it, and that don't mean I'm ready for it. I won't lie. I just don't like contracts. LOL. Thank you, NY. I also don't feel I need the government in my business or that I should be forced to pay for a license. Hey, I appreciate your honesty for that. So, in him saying that, guess what? He knows because he is not putting himself down on any paperwork. If he were to, let's just say, if NY were to make a life, he would have to step in and be the dividend of that person that has to step in the gap. That's just the facts of life. He would have to step in and be that person. We got a lot of people, they want the refinery things, but see, what are they willing to put up for that? You could say, yeah, I deserve a bad chick. Like you can't say you want this out of a person, but you ain't ready to put nothing up. If you ain't putting nothing up, then guess what? You can't get mad at the results. Sorry, it's just not how it works. Just not. I didn't make or shape the world. I didn't. I didn't make or shape the world. I just live in it. Y'all ladies, y'all want these men to take care and respect you and hold you down and love you and treat you like that. But guess what? What you put on the table? I sat there and listened to a girl. She been dating this dude and giving him the box for about 2 years. And I said, okay. She said, but she would always complain whenever it came time to, do the necessary things. She'd get angry and say, well, I wish he would step up and be a man. I said, why you wish that? You never required of him to be that. She was like, wait, what are you talking about? Said, you don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I do. You've been allowing him to always have that of access to you. You did. You always allowed him to go up in you without a condom. You played the game, you got the results. You let him sleep up in your place rent free. You let him get access to your box rent free. You let him have all the access. Now all of a sudden you want him to pay. He's like, no, no, no. You don't get to put that in the contract. Now you got what? You got kids with him. Now you trying to force him into a negotiation that you did not already lay out on the table. It's not gonna work, B. That's why I said y'all don't people. That's why when people try to understand me here on these YouTube streets, you know why? But I don't placate and pander to people's feelings. I don't. I never was good at it. I never was good at it. I don't do the pandering. I don't care. I hate sitting on panels listening to long, sympathetic, doggone people talking about he got me, she got me, all that stuff. But I'm like, yo, did anybody go get a condom? Did anybody go wear protection? Or BMT, it's not 100%. Then if you using these terms now, then, bro, then why'd you go up there, man? Well, I thought this person was gonna be, you know, you thought, but guess what? You didn't have it on paperwork. You didn't have no obligatory contract with the person. You didn't have a kingdom to put them in. Listen, I can talk my shit from my castle because it's my goddamn castle. That's why when things happen on YouTube and people say, "Oh, DMT, you in trouble." How the fuck am I in trouble? And I pay for my own shit. I sit on my shit, I run my shit, and I pay for my shit. So I can talk all the shit I want. So if I get in some bullshit with some broad, guess what? I put myself, BMP, into that shit. But at the end of the day, guess what? I will own my shit. You know why other people can't do that? Because they know damn well they don't run their shit back in their life. This is that. Put that down, jot that, run that, talk that shit. But at the end of the day, a lot of them can't say that. There's a difference in power. When I speak, and when other people speak, everybody ain't no fucking alpha. I don't even know why motherfuckers be using that dumb shit. We damn sure see that shit ain't plausible. High value, kiss my ass. I ain't never believed in that dumb shit. Y'all try to make it seem like this society and all this shit. If you run your own household and your own stuff, you ain't listen, bro. Society don't flux on nothing that I do on my home. I'm just sorry. My kids already understand. They act out. Guess what? Whether I'm in the home or not, they already understand. Yo, there's consequences. Either they're dealing with me, or they're dealing with their mother, or they're dealing with their grandparents. Even when I wasn't in the home, guess what? I have no problem coming back. But I get it. Some people say, well, BMP, everybody don't have that dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Force your dynamic. What do you mean, BMT? That means, guess what? And I see this is the thing about me. This is how I am. And I know y'all gonna think I'm crucial, critical, but I'm like, listen, do you want me to be the father of my kids or not? Okay, cool. So you just want, if you don't want me in my kid's life, then guess what? I'm just dropping off that money. But guess what? Don't ask me for another goddamn thing. I'm just putting out. I'm gonna hand out the money. Don't drop me off my child after you done did what you did. Same thing I will tell the women. That man ain't trying to be a father. Fuck him. Leave him and go do you with that child. Y'all ain't gonna like what I say. I tell y'all, man. Like I said, boy, y'all done gave me the wrong goddamn message, boy. I told y'all. BMT, I could talk all the shit I want from my goddamn stoop. I'm not lacking over here. I don't chase nobody or try to preach to nobody to go be what the fuck shit that they done started in society. These kids out here are crazy. Okay, then what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You got kids? Okay, so are you doing anything in your community? Then fall the fuck back. Same fucking messages been getting preached on these goddamn and all over the shit. Listen, man. I mean, honestly, go join Vice or go join some kind of RoboCop planning program, man. I'm not gonna fuck about some bunch of dudes talking about this shit over a bunch of women. I damn sure never gave a shit about what women talk about. Why do you think a lot of these women sometimes go get these impressionable young men to go raise their kids? I see a lot of these dudes who go into the home and raise kids that are not their kids. All the time, B. All the time, boy. If I could just record, which is against the law, the stuff I see, hmm, 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 I would blow up this goddamn social media. I would have been gone big. Then I'm like, oh man, this is real life. Why am I surprised? Don't worry, I got a show coming up called He or She Loves the Abuse. Stay tuned. Don't worry, y'all get that coming down the pipe soon enough. You know, BMT, I make classics for y'all, baby. I'm equal opportunist when I talk my shit. I know. I mean, I'm just being honest. Dudes know the girl got two or one dude on child support. You think that's gonna stop that man from getting with that girl? Nope. Y'all stop talking about control of government. Y'all, I be watching men tell females to put a dude on child support. Men be telling women to go put other dudes on child support. Stop. Because they're like, why am I paying for this dude's kid and this dude out there living the best of his life? Nah, this nigga needs to go ahead. So let's stop with the government shit. Y'all all we in this. Ain't no get out of that. I said, oh, ain't this some shit? One dude said, nah, man. I told my fiance, put that nigga on child support. I said, damn, you said that shit with apathy. She said, hell yeah. This dude be out there on the gram flexing, but he ain't trying to help his own cheat. He ain't trying to help his own seed. And I'm trying to put this child into a camp. Nah, we're gonna change that. I said, dang, boy. Men telling women to put other men on child support. It is what it is, B. These talking points of nobody trying to date these single mothers, man, y'all can shut the fuck up with that dumb shit. Single mothers be getting more dick than anybody out here in these streets. Be getting doggone wiped up and also doggone bedded. Just like dudes who got kids, they be the ones that some of these women be seeking after. Why? Because they know, well, this dude, I know he can fuck. Women be saying that, oh shit, he doesn't fuck her. Oh, he made a pretty baby. Yeah, I want that. Something about people with babies, it seems like a hot attraction. Been like that. So when I hear people saying, "Oh no, that person got a baby," like everybody's staying away, nobody's staying away from people with kids. That's a lie. That's a lie. Y'all may talk a good game, but a lot of people been getting caught on social media. Yeah, they would. I'm telling you, Anand. I don't have to guess. I know. People do that all the time. People get coached to go to the child support thing. People get coached all the time. Welcome to America. People get coached all the time by family, friends, men, women to go put that motherfucker on child support all the damn time. Nobody gives a shit about no damn the governmental powers. From no, we trust and believe. They see it as another check coming on in. That's how we see it. Another check. Why am I taking care of some? Don't think we all out here ain't no damn Russell Westbrook. I mean, all ain't no Russell Wilsons and shit. I had a female on here saying that the only time a nigga would call was to try to get back at the baby mama. He didn't give a fuck about his kid. All he wanted to do, um, LOL, my lady had kids with a deadbeat ex baby daddy. Boom. Thank you for confirmation, New York. I told you, you can't juke me, BNT. I'm too realistic about the real. I ain't taking no damn pills. I'm just very realistic about just how the world is, man. I've been up in plenty of baby mama guts. So when we try to talk this, ain't nobody talk to her. Bullshit. Bullshit. Men can hear that that woman got another dude on child support. In the back of our mind, well, that's his problem, not my problem. Women know that dude ain't fucking with his baby mama or taking care of a damn kid. You think that woman give it a shit? Nope. Sorry. Well, you'll hear them try to say, well, I don't deal with them type of men. Get the fuck out of here. Stop. Stop it. You got the woman Eve Oedipus complex that they think something about me can make this man different and actually want to be a better man. Which I'll give you a 4 out of 10. I would want to give you a 4 out of 10. I would want to give you that. That's why I say these social media talking points, they don't mean a goddamn thing. Not to me. I just finished talking to one of my friends. One of my friends here, goddamn Arab. Dude got to pay $600 a month. Hmm? 600 a month. No offense. I know some of y'all may not like it, but $600, that's literally $300 every 2 weeks. He got he got 2 kids with her. He got 2 kids with her. $600. There's 3 of them in that home. He got paid $600. I'm not gonna lie, $600 isn't a lot for 2 kids. I don't know why people think that that's a lot, but it's really not. Like shit. If I only had to pay $600 a month, I'll be golden. I'll be living like God. I I'd be doing so much shit with my life. I get very frustrated when I hear people say that they only have to pay 400, 500, or 600. I mean, no offense, but ain't none of y'all paying no $1,000 or $2,000. I remember when I was out the home, I was paying $1,600. $1,600 a month for 4 kids. $1,600 for 4 kids. Not because I was forced by the courts, but guess what? I had 4 kids that she had to take care of. So when somebody tells me about shit, man, this girl making me pay $500, I'm like, bruh, 500? That's her problem, man. That's your kid. Your kid is her fucking problem, dummy. I hear that, Mr. Punisher. I'll brag when I have to pay zero. Y'all females, man, listen, y'all. Y'all see here's the thing about it for women. And I gotta be real with women. Let me talk to y'all. But y'all be fucking yourselves up. Bragging off you have a baby daddy don't make you look cute. I know some of y'all say that to yourselves, But bragging off you have a baby daddy don't make you look cute. I don't know what that dude told you to boast your head up, but you look like you were just good enough. You're the baby mama is the just good enough chick. Not good enough, not really it. You're just that chick. All right, and why? So whatever this mantle honor that women are telling themselves being the baby mama, you're not that chick. You're just a broad that literally didn't wasn't smart enough to actually negotiate your contract. Right, I mean, like Mama Mac, they don't know. Go ask any federal agency if they look like nobody respecting no baby mama or baby daddy as like that person. I mean, I'm not faulting down, but I'm just telling you right now, man. You know what women are gonna say to you? Where's your ring? Oh, he don't claim you. So y'all, I get it. You had to make your own little club saying we the baby mama club. Yeah, but the man's in my life. Yeah, I get it because of the child, not because he really has to be, but because of the child. He's not really there because he wants to be. He's there because of the child. He's kind of stuck to you because of an 18-year life plan that he made. Watching these women like I think the woman called the baby mother of the baby. She's saying he's making all this money, but he ain't putting me and my son in a new car. I'm like, you know, you can go get a job, right? His job is to take care of his child, not him. Yeah, I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm being honest with you. I mean, I mean, I'm telling you right now. Let me tell you one of the reasons why certain people choose to have kids out of wedlock. This is a, this is this is very interesting when it was broken down to me. It's multiple streams of access. BMT, what are you talking about? What do you mean multiple streams of access? Well, I have multiple streams of access to pussy. She has multiple streams of access to resources. I'm just being honest. A child is a resource that can be used and exploited. Okay? A woman is a resource that can be used and exploited. A man is a resource that can be used and exploited. I didn't make this up. If you honestly look at it back in the day, why they would have multiple women. They were a resource. Children were a resource. Now society has it where guess what? You men are resources. You just don't like it that the system can force you to actually pony up. So here's the thing about it. But I remember somebody said that. I remember that's true, Mama. What you're saying is there's no guarantee that she will get that money. See, here's the thing about it. Listen, cool, you don't want to pay your child support. That's fine. That's where the surrogate system kicks in. Surrogate system kicks in. Boom. They'll get it somehow. That's why I don't got no smoke for welfare. I don't got no smoke for any of that stuff. Like, listen, if you really wanted to be in the home, you'll be in the home. If you didn't want to be in the home, hey, miss me with the narrative of complaining about the situations that literally people are presenting for themselves. Like, y'all make it seem like this is just a black thing. This is just a people's thing. Especially, I mean, people are doing their thing, man. No, this is a Western thing. No, see, here's the thing about it when it comes to poverty. Like, let's look at it. India, they making a bunch of babies. Like right now, they're over that poverty level. They way over there. Other countries, they're just so poor they can't do what we're doing. You know, say what you want, but hey, the system that was set about was made by a man, so that way children had a fighting chance. And these kids that survive the bombardment of, not getting what they thought was done to them by a parent, they make sure that they pay it back forward. But okay, cool. Either I'm gonna be that bright, or I'm gonna be that person that literally I'm going to go ahead and make some changes. I'm gonna get in a position of power where the next person that tries that stuff, I'm gonna make sure I clap at them. Like I said, y'all listen, man. Divorce does listen. None. That's not how. Listen, y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now. Both parents can work. Work does not mean people are gonna stay together. There's more. There are so many layers into a relationship. Y'all probably don't understand that. Literally deal with literally communication, talking, literally coping skills, literally actually bonding, literally actually talking about legacy building, compatibility. What we could have had and be compatible for year one, 2 years down the line, and we're not working with each other and being willing to compromise. See, that's a big thing. Guess what? It will fall apart. He's not the same man I met when I first got with him. She's not the same woman that I met when I first got with him. So guess what? Why put up with it? Some people stay together because they can't afford to get a divorce. So a lot of people can't afford. Some people have kids out of wedlock because they can't afford an abortion. Some kids were born. Some kids were born because they believe that, you know what, this person didn't love me like I wanted them to love me, but it's okay because I got a part of them. Fine. I know some men that have children because they didn't have a father in their life, so you know what? They have a child. But guess what? They're making the same mistakes that their father made, and so that they don't know how to be that father because they're afraid to be that father because they're afraid that they're going to fail just like their father. So they end up completing the circle of being the failure that their father was. See how I can talk on everything, baby. See, this is the power of business mind to talk. I can talk about all the businesses and webs of all this stuff. Y'all can only assume for most of y'all. Y'all can only assume from y'all little pie charts and things y'all hear about. See, BNT has tenure. Tenure tenure surmounts all things that y'all speak about because BMT can definitely talk it. Y'all gotta understand, man. Some women, they want a family, but they're afraid of that man. Uh-oh. Oh yes. See, y'all didn't know that about some women. Some women, they want a family, but they're afraid to actually be stuck with that man. Correct, Mama Max. I don't know why people keep bringing up damn abortions when abortions are drastically low. Why are y'all bringing up abortion? Who's doing abortions like that? Ain't nobody do what that shit always kills me that people talk about a goddamn survey census of something that hasn't that literally is not really being practiced like that anymore. I'm watching an influx wave. If you go over there and look in Japan, their birth rates are low. They're not even the dudes aren't even getting no play. They're so caught up with work and careers. So guess what? Japan's population is going down. I'm watching men in I'm watching men in America. Well, not really. I mean, honestly, I gotta be real. Let me just be real. Let me tell you right now. Listen, y'all two keep arguing. I'm pulling wrenches. Y'all two keep arguing. A nun, clever Kev, I'm pulling y'all wrenches. Disagree to disagree and move on. And yes, that is that forced marriage stuff is old. I don't agree with it. But hey, until we go back to barbarian times. Oh, okay, y'all not arguing. Okay, but I can't be having rich people argue. Lord knows I can't. People are abusing those wrenches. Okay, y'all can continue. Listen, some women want children, but don't want to have to deal with a man. That's fair. They don't want to deal with a man, but they understand that. Listen, I don't want to go through what my mama had to go through. I want to have a child that I can love on, that I can, build with. And some people will judge them and say, well, you know what? It is what it is. I get it that, you should have a two-parent home. Listen, y'all. There's a narrative that goes out that literally a two-parent home is always the best home. And I would want to give you so much to that. I gotta tell y'all right now. Uh, we are now in the age now. Well, guess what? You don't really need the other parent to be successful with a child. Uh-oh. You don't. It'd be nice to have the other parent. It'd be nice to have the other parent, but you don't need the other parent anymore. Y'all, we're in a situational series now. And Doug, I don't see that plenty of time. I see men say, "I want a baby, but I don't want to deal with the woman." I'm like, then y'all sound like the single mothers. Y'all sound like the single mothers now. You want a baby, but you don't want to deal with a woman. Yeah, go get a surrogate. You do know that surrogate has the right to that child, right? That that surrogate has the right first dibs to that baby before you do. Y'all want to practice being parents. Y'all want to find out about being parents. Go go see Jane. You got to understand Jane. That costs money. Y'all, no offense to y'all, but I gotta tell y'all, the average American these days doesn't make money like that. I don't know why y'all. Who's telling y'all that all these six-figure people are running around? If that was the case, people wouldn't been out there in the streets begging for the country to open back up. Hold on, whoa, BMT, calm down. No, it's not difficult. I mean, it's not difficult. The problem is with you. The problem is they're always saying it's difficult to find a woman. Then that means there's something that you might need to rearrange about you. I'm letting y'all know. People think I always hear the term go. You can have a third. You can have a baby in a third world country, but good luck getting that baby back. Good luck getting that child back over here. That's going to be some work, y'all. Like I said, these narrative stuff that y'all talk about, you don't think people haven't already tried them. You got a better chance getting a car across the U.S. Y'all know how much money and time and effort that takes. Y'all saying that it's hard getting the women. Well, what did you change up about you? Getting with somebody means you have to make compromise. Something I was doing out there before, guess what? I am getting with another entity of somebody else. I can't keep doing what I'm doing. You know why? Because they're going to be like, yo, I'm supposed to readjust my life to you. Go fuck yourself. That shit gets old. I would say the same thing to a woman. That man don't listen. You better start compromising. I want to go to third world countries. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I've been to those third world countries. Better strap it up. Let you know the STDs that they got over there have been here since the dawn of time. Hey, be prepared. Y'all don't understand. Hey, listen, y'all think because y'all are first world country people that y'all think y'all can just take that baby back to the U.S. They're gonna ask about where's the other parent at. Y'all don't know. Hey, listen, y'all do know they have an STD that eats flesh, right? Fuck HIV. Let me know when y'all start seeing STD that starts eating your goddamn penis flesh off. Fuck that. Herpes ain't got shit on that. Some of the stuff you get overseas, they don't let you come back to the U.S. once you get caught. They're like, nah, stay over there. We don't got no cure for you. Stay over there, buddy. You think you're gonna get that woman pregnant, snatch her baby, and jump on a plane, or snatch a baby and jump on a plane back across international lines? Nah, you ain't. You ain't. Good luck. They're gonna ask you, you coming back with a newborn baby, a fresh newborn baby across. You gotta have paperwork for that. Ain't no jumping across, ain't no jumping on no plane with no fresh baby in no car. What are you, Jesus? You're gonna have customs ask you off. Why do you think certain countries they are so strict about? Listen, if they're strict on animals, they're gonna be looking at you like, where you going with that baby? Exactly. So true. So my Vietnam kids were getting when people were going to Vietnam making babies and trying to jump on the plane. They were stopping them in the 80s with that. They're like, oh, where y'all going with these kids? Where's the woman at? Woman, woman coming on the goddamn airpad. That man got my baby. Oh, come on. You going to jail. You going to jail. I told you, listen, bro, I done watched plenty of times some pretty interesting things. I could sit down for weeks and just do stories on the things that I done seen. Dude got two women pregnant, beautiful babies. He said, "Oh yeah, I'm just here with my babies. You know, we're going back home." Man from the village showed up to the aid. That man's taking my daughter's son. Boy, please pull out them. That man lay down on the ground, hands up in the air with the baby, like that baby was Simba. They took that baby and put that man still in jail right now. Customs customs had to call up the military and call up customs and all that stuff. Parents and all that crying and shit. Church calling. They say, hey, you gonna help get this he just went over there, he gave the family some money. Okay, but you're talking about a human being. First of all, that is called sex trafficking. Sorry, that gets put into sex trafficking. Yes, it does. Because you're purchasing a human being. That is why, whenever you're doing surrogacy, you have to sign paperwork from both consensual adults by law. Say no shit where you go make some baby by some woman that can't barely read and then just take a baby and run on a plane. You can't do that shit. You'll be in prison. It's called Geneva Code Convention. Look it up. That's why I said, y'all, when I be hearing the stuff, y'all be saying on YouTube, I be like, where do y'all come from? Thank you, James. The Hugh Convention is a thing. Can't take no damn baby, run across no damn airpad. You be shot. Yeah, but see, here's the thing about it, Ghost. A lot of people are getting caught. See, they don't tell you about the people that get caught. See, the Philippines is still with the U.S. And also, not only that, a lot of people get caught. A lot of people get caught. God damn, Doug, y'all planning all that? Damn, snatch a baby, fly to the Bahamas, charter a boat to a private dock, and now, when y'all do all that, where you gonna get the papers for that baby? Because you can't just show up with a baby. They're gonna ask you where's the paperwork from the hospital. See, boom, good luck with that. Now you got to come up with paperwork for the baby. They're gonna ask you where the baby come from. You can't just show up with no baby. Who you gonna say? This is a crack baby or some stuff? You found a baby in the dumpster. The baby goes right back in the system. But you gotta go unless you're gonna homeschool the baby. That's who got time for all that? I ain't got no time to be doing all that stuff. Nah, I ain't gonna say we like viruses and like you on your own on that, man. That's too much. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the doggone stuff. You know, and like I said, this type of baby parental fake outrage, it really has no kind of like. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Like, what y'all make it seem like on these, like out here on social media in the real world? Nah, man. I saw white people that were not romantically involved agree to have kids and co-parent. It was a special done. It was a special done years ago. See, yeah, I mean, you could do that. Heck, we do that now in the goddamn black community. I see that going all over. Well, mainly Hispanic community, white community, pretty much American communities. People agree to have kids all the damn time. It's called shacking up. And the only thing about it, they say, well, we'll just raise the kids. We can just be agreed to be friends and just raise the kids. They do it all the time. That's why I don't freak out whenever I always hate when people say that's black dysfunction. No, that's just called life. No dang black dysfunction. It's called life. What are y'all talking about? Y'all be saying that dumb stuff, but I get it. You are pretty much just a product of just this area of society. So you wouldn't know. See, 4,500. You want to get that baby back. That's good. Because the minute that baby get caught up in some paperwork, hmm, to register that baby in school, different other functions, paperwork. Hmm. Oh hell no. S1, you lost me. You listen. You go ahead and be that CEO that gets that girl pregnant in jail. See, no, you know what? No, let me take that back. I've never seen that happen. No, I will take that back because nowadays, if the woman has a baby in jail, that woman does get that baby. If she don't have no man, if she don't have no man, that baby is in a facility. They got daycare facilities for babies in prison. Oh, see, the world's gonna change, y'all. Shit, that ain't no new woman having no baby in no jail. The baby just get put in foster care or some shit. Y'all gonna have a hard time with dog. I mean, the timing is gonna be hard to the timing. See now, Doug. If you now look now, listen. You dealing with the doggone Social Security thing. That's federal now. Like y'all better be careful now. Y'all force them down. Some people get caught forging them damn things, boy. That's some federal time you doing now. Shit. I love my babies now. Listen, you got to be my blood of blood for me to risk the Fed time for you. You know. But I gotta be for real. Some women, some women, and some men knowingly, purposely rather be just a baby daddy, just rather be just a baby daddy, baby mama. I hate when I hear the narrative that when I hear people say, "Well, I'm trying to be that. I want to be that guy, but she didn't chose me." No, dog. you didn't ask, you didn't propose to her to be that husband. You were fine with being just good enough. And I ain't gonna lie, man. Listen. That was me too at one time. I was fine with being the baby daddy. I was fine with just being just good enough. I was fine just being able to get the food, the guts, the goddamn access to driving the whip and stuff. We have a little spot. I was fine with that. But guess what? At the end of the day, I knew that guess what? My spot could easily be taken. It's called compromise. Compromise. Same thing when it goes to the baby mama. I watch y'all all the time. Well, I'm his baby mama. I had his baby. I did X, Y, and D for him. Okay, cool. That's fine. But you not his woman. You not his chick. You just his baby mama. Fall back. Congratulations, you popped out a baby. Fall back. And I've seen that happen. I watch Facebook videos. Girls show up with the baby to the baby daddy's wedding. Looking angry. Wanted to take the baby, take her daughter out of the wedding. The whole family does jump on her ass and stomp a hole in her like it was the East Side Stomp. They said, yo, you could have came to the wedding, sat your ass in the back, and shut the fuck up. You could have came. I'm his baby mama. Correction. You just a baby mama. I'm the wife, bitch. Know your lane. I said, God damn, boy. That shit was magical.
What's up, y'all?
Hello.
Hello, how y'all doing?
What's up? What's up?
I'm good.
I ain't
GMT.
doing a talk because y'all know me. I have to be balanced and equal. When we talk about
Yeah.
the baby parental fake outrage that people are saying that they're angry at these people, but literally, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to listen with that social media outrage. People are getting with people whether they have kids or not, and shacking up, forming families, getting married, sitting in those positions. Now I heard somebody say, "Nah, that's not true." BMT ain't nobody getting with those single mothers, or I heard some ladies like women are turning down dudes who have kids or multiple kids. I'm like, well, I don't know what you're looking at. I see it pretty different when I look out my window. Like, I know quite a
And
few. Go ahead, go ahead.
I don't know what part of the world they live in. I'm gonna say I ain't had no daddy when I was growing up. That's why I'm young. I ain't young no more. But seriously, I ain't never really seen too many examples of functional marriages. I've seen some marriages, but not that were functional majority, like maybe two. And I got my questions about those. But I grew up, did I know marriage was good? It was not a necessity, truth be told. I wasn't a teen mom. I had a career and all of that. But the stuff with the baby mama, baby daddy, we got to keep it 100. A lot of that drama come through sometimes, and I'm going to be balanced. Sometimes it's the baby daddy slash husband because they like the idea of being fought over. And they keep the drama going subconsciously, maybe, or consciously, because it feel like, oh, they fighting over me. Subconsciously, little things get done. I done seen it both ways. I done been on both sides. But I had saw this special where white people, but they were majority white. I think it was all white. They was like, I want kids. I don't want to be married. This is my friend or whatever, and we're going to come up with this way where we both want kids. I don't know if they had planned on doing it sexually or in vitro, and that's what they were going to do. They were going to leave the romantic drama out of it and just co-parent because they both wanted kids. And there was a couple of people discussing it. That was years ago. So, you know, we have all these things we put in this hierarchy, but within that, the drama goes on both sides, because I could tell you some stories. And it's a lot of times what happens is initially when people break up, they say a lot of stuff. If they were even ever together, if they weren't together, the things that are said are worse. And nobody is big enough to go back and apologize and say, let's start over. And the drama, the initial breakup, 2 to 3 years. If you got two adult people, if you got people that ain't adult, people never get to the point. And I can honestly say, I have been that woman that say, hey, let's keep it out the court. We ain't got to do this here. Do A, B, and C. I'm going to do A, B, and C because I could send you my check stub right now. Just got paid a day. $600 and about $10 a month on healthcare for the kids. Somebody got to put in. When my daughter was a baby, $800 a month. That's $1,400 a month, regardless of food or anything. And it got somewhere some money got to be exchanged. If you ain't got childcare, okay, well, I'm paying $600 every month. Do you think you should give me half? I literally wrote I got the email still here. AOL, don't throw away nothing. Hey, let's stay out of the courts. Let's not do this. Let's just come up with this here thing. And they put it on the baby mama. We may respect the new wife or whatever, but a lot of times they want you to come through them. And ain't no thing about, I don't mind talking to the wife, but at some point I may have to talk directly to the person that I had the baby with. And then that become a problem because they want to, sometimes the two people that had the baby need to talk. As adults, that's fine. I've been on the stepmama end and on the mom, on the other end, because when my first husband got married, he had 4 kids, 2 marriages. I've been there. Me and one of the baby mama Facebook friends, and we still friends today. We get along. First baby mama, me and the second one, she jumped on me at the courthouse. So it goes both ways. It goes both ways. But communication has to be had. And if we want to get like white people and continue our birth rates going down, we're going to have to change, because even within marriage, the divorce rates are 51%. So even with having a kid within a marriage, and that is a divorce, some communications and stuff have to be had.
Okay. Super Mike.
Yeah. See what I think of is
if you're doing it wrong. These women out here need to get control, Super Mike. We need to get rid of these women. They having all these babies out of wedlock.
I'm gonna share. Can I share one more story?
Hold on.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
One more thing. Baby daddy number 1, whole married about 6 years, about 6, 7 years. I walk up pregnant. Hey, I'm just coming to pick up the kids. He threatened to fight me. I said, oh, you hit me today, you will be going to jail. I don't know who you think you talking to. You got a whole wife in there. I had a whole wife in there for 6 to 8 years. It was a dramatic amount of time because my kids have
you his still
11 years. No, this womb don't belong to you just because you dropped all my 3 sons were from
once
him.
I sold my seed.
You don't own this. You don't own my uterus in my womb. This is my uterus and womb.
I can get you anytime I want to.
These fallopian tubes belong to me. But it go both ways.
Baby has a right to discipline you and chastise you as his baby mama.
Baby, you don't even pay child support. What you finna discipline up in here? You got a whole wife in there.
Faith, don't you agree with that? A man, you have a baby, he has the right to chastise you and discipline you, right?
We ain't even had sex, and I have to do the math between my kids. We ain't even had sex no time. I don't want to say since our kids was 3 and my sons were about 11.
How dare you be happy with somebody else?
Bro, I wasn't happy with him, but it still wasn't his business.
Then you had a nerve to come over here and show me you pregnant and flaunting in front of me. Nah,
Yeah, because I normally just blow for you to send the kids down and you didn't wake up. And yeah, I had to get my big old pregnant butt out the car after working 12 hours with swole ankles and walk up the stairs and knock on your door and say, please send the kids out.
You did that on
I had some
purpose. You know what
nerve.
you was doing. You know what you was doing.
Yeah. I waited till I was like 6 or 7 months to do that. I did that on purpose. The whole 6 or 7 months,
Yep.
It ain't never happened.
It's all about. Exactly.
And the reality is, I got married a year ago. My sons are 20, 20, and 21. And he's like, oh, I can't believe you did this. Man, you done had a whole wife and got about 3 or 4 more children. You don't own these uterus.
Why'd you get married? Now let me get it over to Super Mike.
Nah, go ahead.
I heard a secret that you got with a woman with children. Tell me it's not true. That you shouldn't have done that to Mike. Shouldn't have done that.
My wife, when I married my wife, she had a child.
Why?
She had a child already.
That foul woman.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up truth. It is a little tougher. It was a little tougher having getting with a woman that already had a situation, even though she was just like Cynthia said, you know, these little dudes, they still have these issues because they done sold their seed, you know what I'm saying? They think they have rights. And so that has to be taken care of. But, and so, you know, that was the issue, but, you know, we got through it. It's no big deal. But, you know, my thing is people think that life is supposed to be easy. Some of these problems, like you were saying, it's not about a racial thing, black dysfunction and all that stuff. This is stuff that we're supposed to be working through. This is family drama. This is like, you know, normal stuff. And people just need to understand that you're supposed to develop yourself, work through it. Stop trying to, this one Doug down there talking about he gonna catch a plane to Amsterdam and have a baby and go to a third world country, float it to Bahamas, and then, you know, in the middle of the night, he gonna row a damn boat to get to the coast of Florida, sneak in with the baby on. Like, damn, man. Really? Why don't you just find go on whatever, go on Facebook dates or whatever dating service and, you know, put in your criteria, do you some interviews, get you a woman, man. Stop getting these blow up dolls and plastic.
Leave these blow up dolls alone.
Oh, they're gonna have a blow up baby now. They're gonna have a blow up doll. They're gonna put the little baby inside. They're gonna have a damn blow up baby.
All right, can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you, Faith.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
No question. Faith.
Yeah, I'm here.
Now, I was told by some men, if you have my baby, I have rights to you. I mean, and what I mean by that means I have the right. I better not catch you like I already caught Koja with a man. If I do, I'm cutting you off or you will get disciplined. Is that not fair?
Okay, well, first of all, it's nothing to do with fairness. That's a psychological issue. That whoever told you that they have some psychological problems, they probably need to seek the services of D. Durrell, because I've not heard anything like that before in my life. You don't own a person simply because you had a child with them. That goes back to that video that I did on my channel a while back, when I was explaining how some of these guys go around here trapping women by getting them pregnant and then thinking that they own them later. That's what that sounds like to me.
Yes.
Now, hold on. Wait. Why are you saying that we don't have rights over you as a woman?
Because you just don't. I mean,
I disagree with that for real.
No, slavery is over. Okay, nobody owns anybody. You cannot own an individual, a human being. You do know that, right?
It's not that they own you, but we have rights over you once you we have rights. Men have rights over women, and women have rights over men. This is just the bottom line, and people don't want to admit this, but this
Oh,
is the
okay,
reason why we
okay.
having all
Let,
these
let me let me let
problems.
me put it like this. Let me put it like this. Okay, if I got rights
You
over
don't
you,
own
right?
nobody.
Well, but hold on. What kind of rights are you talking about? What rights would I
That
have
should be
over
the
you?
question.
You
That's the
submit to
question.
me. You submit to me,
No,
and
it's not.
and if I have to
Let me tell
different,
you. Let me
you
tell you the basic rights. It's just like this. If you done agreed to get involved with this person, and then you have a family, you have a baby with the person, you are now a part of the family, whether y'all break up or not. And so now they have the right to at least try to negotiate with you to try to get business done with the baby or some issues y'all might have with the family. And that's just the bottom line. Now you right, people try to overdo those rights, and they're trying to, have these other things going on, but there's some civil basic interaction rights that people should have with each other, because you done sat there and had a baby with that person.
Okay, well, to me, I do understand what you're talking about as far as having a right over the raising of the child. If you're still in the child's life, then all things should pertain to you and that person and your child that you have with that person. And that's where that ends. Whatever other rights everybody think they got, you don't have those rights.
Well, the thing is, this is how I look at it. And I know people got their opinions, but we look at history to verify what's real. And the thing is, if you look at all this history that we got, not just in this country, but in other countries, the men and the women, they have some interaction that's going on, and there's drama there when people disagree. If you don't
Uh,
admit that, then you just pretend like, oh, that person doesn't exist just because you felt like it. I mean, that's not going to work out for the kid. That's not going to work out for you. It's not going to work out for nothing, really. It just don't work.
this co-parenting in this now is not what it used to be. Well, people say, oh, well, they don't let me know what's going on with my school. Baby, ain't nobody got to let you know, because you can just go on their website and sign up, and they'll send both parents, everything together. The progress report, it'll go to both parents. They free to go to the school any day now. They don't have to say, oh, she didn't tell me this, because you put yourself on the school district website. You, the father, free to do that. You, the father, free to go to the school. It's nothing no more about that type of stuff where people are prohibited. So now all of the stuff a lot of times they used to complain about, they could go to the doctor office, especially if they provide the insurance and they know the doctor. They can dial out directly with the doctor. They can get the information directly from the doctor. And it's a concept called parallel parenting. It's for high conflict cases. It's called Our Talking Wizard, Our Family Matters. It decreased the need to even talk. And I wouldn't advise that for permanent. But in a transition, until people are able to get over that barrier, it's there. So a lot of things people have to want to be mature enough to work it out.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that people use the child as an excuse to interject themselves into the other person's lives. And I see this a lot,
Yeah.
especially with women. Like if the man moves on and he gets another girlfriend or he marries another woman, then what usually ends up happening is the baby mama, she uses the baby to interject herself into that relationship.
That's
And
not
that's
true,
where,
Mary.
right, that's where it gets a little craggy, because first of all, you all have a child together, but you're not going to be calling my house at no 2 o'clock in the morning unless it is an emergency. You're not going to be calling to talk about his schooling or none of that type of stuff. You could do that through normal business hours. But what a lot of people like to do is they like to utilize the child as a reason to just show up to your house unannounced, unexpected, without calling you at odd hours of the night. Oh, it's because of the baby, stuff like that. These people really need to have boundaries. There's no such thing as you got a right because a person got a child, because when that person moves on into a new relationship, there's your rights to that person is gone. The only right that you have is in a conjunction to whatever it has to do with your child, not to that person.
I'm gonna have to play it both. I'm be honest. You have women, wives that feel some type of way, maybe it's the money going out the home, that are not always respectful because I did that. I was like, you know what? I always say, I'm gonna go through the woman. That way she don't have to worry about her thinking that I'm trying to get with her man. And I swallowed a lot. Till the lady told me, um, two things. She said, well, your child is not entitled to $700 a month. He was married to his ex-wife, and that's why that his son gets $700 a month. Baby, you done stepped out your whole entire lane to tell me what my child is entitled to. That lady is entitled to child support. That wasn't alimony. But that was the end of the conversation. After that, I say, you know what? We're gonna stop this right here. And I'll interact with him. I tried to come to you, but you can't tell me what my child is entitled to. Now I'm gonna give you the hypocrisy of the situation. When I got the financial records from the, we got to submit our court records, our bank statements. She had been his mistress for years that called herself getting and checking me. That was the hypocrisy of it. But that sometimes wives overstep their boundaries and they don't be respectful on the back end. Everybody entitled to respect and to be taught to respect. So it goes both ways. Sometimes it's the men, sometimes it's the women. It goes both ways. Sometimes it's the baby mama, sometimes it's the new husband, sometimes it's the boyfriend, but it goes both ways.
Now, hold on. Hold on. I gotta hold on. As a baby, hypothetically, I gotta get the brother speak. As a baby daddy, if Faith is with another man and I see him holding and hugging up on my child, saying this is my son, I have the right to call up Faith and check her.
No, you don't have the right to call up Faith and check her. What you have the right to do is say, hey, Faith, let's have a talk. I got a problem. I'm the father. I don't mind him being the stepdad, but I think it's a little bit it's a lot of bit disrespectful to be training him that that's her dad, and we can have that conversation respectfully. Me as a mom is never going to tell somebody that that's your dad and that's not their dad. If the dad in the picture, that's not going to happen. But that again, go to the person that you're dealing with.
Well, I would say if you're in a situation where that woman has another boyfriend or the husband, I think it'd be beneficial if you have the son with that woman or daughter to have that conversation with her significant other, if it's going to be something long term. Now, if it's just something they dating, then I wouldn't, unless, if you have a situation where that dude is hugging up on the child and saying that's my son or something like that, then yeah, I would think you should have a conversation with the mother and a conversation with him, because if it's going to be serious, you're going to be around, you're going to have to interact with that person at some point. So it would be beneficial to have that conversation with that significant other, because you have the boundary set, so we're not winging it, and then something comes up, then you're having this big argument. So it'd be beneficial, I think, for everybody involved if it's going to be serious. Now, if the mother is just dating some dude and it's not really serious, something like that, then no, I would say no, you don't have to do that. But if it's going to be something long term, yes, everybody involved need to be mature enough to sit down, have a conversation. How we're going to raise this child, because it's going to have to be a partnership.
But if people was mature, they probably wouldn't have got divorced most of the time.
That's a tricky area, because sometimes people are mature enough to understand, hey, sometimes we're just not built to be married. There's certain things that with each other that we just can't be together in this situation. Maybe the woman might think that the guy is not masculine enough, which I heard last couple of days ago, where he's just not
I
masculine enough for me. And so they get the divorce. And so to say that people are not mature because they get the divorce, that's that's a very
Not
gray
because they
area
get
there.
divorced.
can
Listen. They're not because they got
can I
divorced,
give
but a
a
lot of times divorce happens because of breakdown of communication. If you think about it, I'm just saying on
okay?
generally. Of course, you're right. You're right about what you said. There are sometimes because people just decide together, well, we're not compatible. But I'm talking about the majority of situations. People either they can't communicate right to each other. They mad at each other. Somebody done cheated on each other. Something like that, where people are they got these little anger issues with the other person, and so when you dealing with even after the divorce, it gets even worse because they
Right.
want to
Right.
communicate through
I have
people.
seen, I have observed men that were like nerdy in high school. They ain't had experience with many women. Get married, start a family, and then you know how that nerdy guy, once you get grown, kind of start looking a little better now, because when women's standards change. And now all of a sudden, women giving him play. Now he'd been married and done had kids. Now
But
he out there cheating, doing whatever. It caused the
yeah,
breakup of the marriage, but they had kids. So people sometimes change. Sometimes people decide, hey, you know what? I want a different type of life or whatever. And they're not compatible anymore because they
Yeah,
just have different things.
same with
And that's
women.
doesn't have anything with being mature. That just happened at people being different. We all evolve and we hope we evolve together, but sometimes we don't.
Yeah, that's why I'm always against marrying early because this goes back to why guys are not uh pushed to be married early because they want them to get that out of their system. They want them to travel, explore new worlds, get all these different chicks because of the fact of what she just said. Guy was nerdy. He didn't have much experience with women. And then that some people say is a midlife crisis. Some say it's a player stage. I think Tariq's talked about that. There are certain stages in life that you have to go through as a guy and a woman. And if you do not go through it, you're going to go through it eventually. And unfortunately, it comes at the wrong time. Like guys want to explore, get how many chicks they can get, all that kind of stuff. If you don't get that through that early, it's going to come out at some point. Especially like I said, the nerdy guy, he didn't have the experience. Now he started looking good. That he started looking better. Women started getting to play. And for a person who's never had that, that's very difficult to resist.
Or it could
And
even be
I want to get at this.
overweight girl who get the surgery and now
right,
she's fine. But
right.
those situations happen, so there's
We don't
always
talk
going to
about
be
that
some kind of
point either.
divorce.
So
They was
What what
they
what was
found
you
some new
saying?
people.
What was you saying, BMT?
I'm trying to figure out. First of all, I think somebody was saying about to you, Faith. They think that um, they think that you're blaming men. I don't think Faith blames men for whatever she experienced. Um, but I think one of the things,
I thought I was talking in general. I don't see where I was blaming anybody.
right? Like I said, now one of the things about it is, Faith and I were married at young ages. We were married in our early 20s. Okay. Faith, am I off on what I'm saying for you?
No,
Uh,
you're absolutely right. I was married at a very young age.
like I don't know because see here's the thing about it. I want to say for that, and I want to kick it over to Faith about it is I'm hearing a lot about here's the thing I'm hearing. I'm hearing older people talk about well these women are having kids young. Well, most women, I mean, I'm not saying, but they usually start doing their childbearing around in their 20s. They're not gonna wait on no man to go live out his prime. They're not waiting. So you must be already telling yourself in the back of your head, you must be thinking about being second because I wasn't gonna wait on no man, no other dude to get his shit together. Like either you build it with me or not. Or that's literally that's where it comes into it. Like I think a lot of people look for the done prospect or the done aspect. This is why a lot of women are ahead than men are. But women are already getting into to a family mode of building, while certain men are like, well, I'm out there living my best life. All right, now that I'm done, okay, I'm ready to be a family man. And the woman's like, nah, fuck you. Because you're not about to come in after I already done the hard work. And then after that, what do you think about it? What
Well, as far as Anunnaki's comment towards me, I was speaking in general, but Anunnaki seems to have an issue with me saying that men don't have any rights over women. And I stand by what I said. I'm not going to change what I said. You don't have a right over me because I have your baby. You have rights over your baby, but you don't have rights over me. And those are two different things. And this is what a lot of people have a difficult time separating when you're no longer with the mother or father of your children. Okay, when you two separate, your rights over each other ended. It finito. That's all. But what I normally see and what I see a lot of people having a lot of problems with is dating a person that has children. That's the reason why I won't date a man that has children. Because I don't want to be bothered with the baby mama drama and all that comes with it. Is I know that there are some people out here are very immature, and I don't have time to deal with the immaturity. Now I'm personalizing. Okay, this is the reason why we have preferences. Now you have some men that won't date women with children for this very reason, because they don't want to have to deal with baby daddy drama or the children. There is a certain level of drama and stress that comes with you dating somebody and they've already had children with somebody else. Like, say for instance, the children are always going to want to see their parents together and interacting. So if the child has a birthday, you have to understand that your partner is going to have to interact with their ex at their child's birthday party. And the child is going to want pictures with both of their parents together, so on and so forth. And they may not want you to be there. So these are things that people really don't want to deal with when we're talking about people that have children with other people. This is the reason why I waited until my children were much, much older before I started dating again, for that very reason. And then after my children got older, I'm sorry, I'm almost done. I'm going to be short. Then after my children got older and then I got back out into the dating market, I decided that I was not going to put myself through that, because I got with a guy. Then after my children got older and then I got back out into the dating market, somebody needs to mute. Okay. When I got older, I decided I wasn't going to put myself through it. So I made a rule for myself. I set a boundary for myself. Okay. When I got older, I decided I wasn't going to put myself through it. So I made a rule for myself. I set a boundary for myself.
You need to mute yourself.
When I got older, I decided I wasn't going to put myself through it. So I made a rule for myself. I set a boundary for myself.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Like I said, I set a boundary for myself, and there's nothing wrong with people setting boundaries for themselves. A person should not be demonized for having boundaries. And one of the boundaries I set for myself, because I said to myself, I'm the type of person, I don't have time for the shenanigans. The first time, the baby mama get out of line with me, or the first time he tries some stuff where he talking about he doing something for the kids and it ain't really for the kids, and I find out about it, I know how ignorant I can be. If you think you can be ignorant, you ain't seen ignorant until you see me get ignorant. So I took all of that out of the factor, and I said, okay, from now on, when I date somebody, their kids also have to be grown, or they can't have any. And there's nothing wrong with that. But as far as of the person thinking, the baby mama thinking that she owned my man because she have kids and them kids is grown, oh, we gonna have some misunderstandings if you think you still own man. But I'll go ahead and pass the mic on to somebody else.
Now, no, that's fine. Like I said,
Can I say?
go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay.
Right.
My volume is a little bit out on my phone. I can't hear you all without turning on my laptop. So I don't want to be speaking over anyone. So hope I'm not.
You're good. You're good. You're
But
good.
Yeah, you're all right.
what I've noticed, and that's as parents, we have to back that we can't control the other person. Like I've told people, women I know, family members I know, everybody you date ain't females ain't got to meet your child. But I know when interacting with my children's father, he may date 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different women that come in front of the kids. And you have to shut up and be quiet about it because it will be perceived as you're being bitter. I can't control that person's action. I can only control my action. And that's something I don't do. It will bother me not because I want him, but I just don't think that everybody you date have to be in front of your kids. But I've told women that, like family, hey girl, every time you go with somebody, they ain't got to meet your children. And I know as a mother, if I said that to my children's father, hey, he done been around the kids done been around 11 different women. Can we calm down? It's going to be perceived that I'm bitter, even though it's not. So sometimes we just have to shut our mouth when we see the other parent engaging in something that we don't like, and that may be a reality.
Yeah, I think you have to. Well,
And
it's a tough
and they may
thing.
not do it how I do it. They're gonna have things they're gonna do differently. But one thing I found that really works is children having clothes in different places, having games in different places, and different things like that. I will go out and buy my kids extra clothes just to leave at their father's house so I don't have to do the back and forth thing, because that is a real drama issue and a trigger point for people co-parenting.
Yeah, and I think if more people would do that, we wouldn't have as much problem. But like we said earlier, people are immature. Um, um, I can say that my mother and father both didn't follow that mindset. I met everybody they were dating, and it wasn't really a benefit. And you saw where they were dating the wrong people, and it not only affected them, it affected the children as well. I mean, so luckily my brothers were older, so they were like adults. I had to bear the brunt of dealing with crazy chicks from my dad's side, dealing with crazy dudes from my mom's side, and yeah, it was a mess. And if there was one thing I can take, I wish that did happen, is that I didn't meet none of these people if it wasn't going to be serious, until it was actually they established a serious relationship. Because there was a lot of mess that came from that.
So
That's-
I'm
Now,
seeing a
that's
lot. I'm seeing a lot of things. I'm gonna kick it over to Mike. Yeah, before I kick it over to the back to Faith. A lot of men are in the chat saying that the man has rights to the woman, has rights over the woman. Um, a lot of women will probably say, no, that's not true. You don't have no rights over me. Um, why do you think some men believe that, or do you think that might cause a resentment or disdain if some women hearing that? But I think that's the reason why some women don't want to get married, because they're like, you telling me that somebody's gonna have rights over me? They look at
what I'm
women
saying is this. This is what I'm gonna say. As far as the right, okay. So once you have involved yourself with another person, okay, that person is pretty much, especially if you had a baby with them, they're going to be watching you for the rest of your life. And they had a right to watch you because they have an interest in you. It's just like insurance. It's like, you know, there's limited rights. Now, when people do overstep their rights, and I agree, there are boundaries, but that person has the right to be looking at you like, who you marrying? Who you bringing into your house, you know, and from my kid? They have the right to notice it, okay, and comment on it, right? Because now you might not like the comment, but they got the right because they have an interest in your house because their kid is there. Bottom line. And so that's how it freaking is. And people, you know, can say what they want to say, but you know, you're gonna have that out there. And so, but the thing is, the women have the right. See, it's a balance thing, and that's the problem that I'm seeing. People don't want to deal with balance. They want to deal with dominance over another human being. You don't, even when you're in a marriage, you don't have the right to dominate your other human being. You're supposed to, you know, try to, like you said, create some kind of balance. And then if that balance is broken down, then people end up, a lot of times, you know, miscommunication, they end up getting some kind of divorce or a split. So and if you notice too, in our community, most of the trauma that people experience as children is coming from the breakdown of relationships. You know what I'm saying? Your mother and your father, when you see them argue or if they have these issues, you have to deal with all these extra problems and new people coming in your life, all this weird stuff going on with people. This is what we're dealing with. Now we got all these beliefs of how things should be, and we're trying to struggle to get back to some kind of normal, some type of sense of normal or a sense of function. And that is coming from 30 years or 40 years previous dysfunction. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's very important for us to, you know, like I said, analyze these situations and try to, because what we're doing right now, all this trying to come up with new ways. That's why people talking about, oh, I don't want to have to deal with a woman if I have a baby. Don't have a baby, because as soon as you trying to do something weird and get you a baby and raise a baby alone, you're not even considering the emotional impact on that child, because the child's gonna say, hey, everybody else got a daddy, where's mine? Everybody else got a mama, where's mine? Oh, you're not my real mama? How come this person treat me real? How come you got different women in the house? All this other weirdness, and you just keep pushing this on into the future. So that's my point. You know, we have to deal with reality, and if we're trying to get back to some kind of function, yeah, we're all traumatized, but I mean, we're supposed to be trying to reduce those traumas from going into the future. That's all I'm saying.
Well, so what do you think about that, Faith? Do you feel, before I pass it over to Koja, that do you feel that as women, after that if you are a baby mother, um the man has certain rights of access to control? But I spoke about this earlier. This is why some people go with the baby mama um and baby daddy caliber, because they still feel like, hey, there's an access to resources. I get you pregnant, I should have the right to come in and get in your gut. You know what I'm saying? And you know, get out when I get.
There's a really bad echo.
And she muted up. But I'm saying, one of the things about it is, do you feel that the baby daddy should have access to you? You know, when you know, whenever he has those lonely, cold nights.
I hope I'm not over talking you, because this is like a delay, because I can't hear you through my phone. No, you don't have no rights to my vagina just because you laid a baby there. We had a right to communicate about our kid. If we co-parenting well, you had a right to come in my house. I let my baby daddy in my house, because you know I ain't messing with you. We ain't messed around since our children were like 5. And he stole my Tide Pods. But no, they don't have a right to say about that. I would think that if they saw me with a bunch of different men over my kids and he wasn't living that lifestyle, then I would definitely say he had a right to say, hey, I have some concerns, but that wasn't my case. But no, we ain't together no more. We ain't And I think a lot of times, many of the problem is sometimes these baby mamas and daddies still be sleeping around with each other. And then that become the problem. We ain't sleeping around no more. We're done. You ain't sneaking up in here. We doing nothing no more. We're just co-parenting. And when it's straight co-parenting, it should eliminate that. But now, sometimes the baby daddy mad, sometimes the baby mama mad. They ain't getting on the side. So they really gonna be problematic, or they really gonna go out their way to make they new partner think, oh, she want me, oh, she want me. No, you're calling me, you're texting me, or anytime you come around the children, you saying inappropriate stuff to me when they ain't around. That's the problem. No, I think if you keep the sex out of it, then it should get better, but it don't always get better.
Okay. What about you, Faith? And yeah, Doug says to Super Mike, he was just joking. Now, we want to know, Faith.
Yeah, I was I was listening to both Cynthia and Super Mike, and I agree with the points that both of them made. Here's the thing. A lot of men have the mentality that it ain't no fun if baby daddy can't have none. And this is what I'm talking about right here. It ain't no fun if baby daddy can't still be able to come through, have sex with you whenever I feel like it, and then still go out and run the streets and be free. And then when I, in between, running the streets and women that I got out there, if I can't get nobody out there, then I still want to be able to bounce over to your house whenever I feel like it and get you to spend the night, get a free meal here and there, all in the sake of and in the name of the fact that I got a baby with you. And I ain't gonna lie, I've seen a lot of baby daddies get salty when they baby mamas find somebody else, because once again, it ain't no fun when baby daddy can't have none. And I've seen these guys, they go on these little tantrums. They don't want to pay the child support anymore. They're telling the women to get their new man to buy little junior some shoes and some sneakers. They start getting slick at the mouth. All of a sudden, they start cutting off their affection to the woman and the child, because she had a nerve to cut off the Yanni. She had a nerve to cut him off from the sex. And see, men that got that mentality, it ain't no fun if baby daddy can't have none. That is becoming part of the culture, so to speak, that struggle love culture. So now what this woman does, even though she's with a new man, but she sees him pulling away from her and her child, and he might have other children with other women, and she's looking at the competition of him doing more for those other women children than for hers. She might give him access as well as allowing her man to have access, and it becomes a running joke behind that man's back that she's with, because now baby daddy got access again, and he laughing at Steve. He's looking at Steve as being a simp, because he knows that he's still running in and out whenever he feels like it. And she's in that mindset that she got to do that in order to keep him around for the baby's sake. There's a lot of situationships that work out like that. And it's sad, in our community, it's sad. It's not that these people necessarily want this dysfunction, but that's how they have learned to live. They've learned to live within this dysfunction as if it's normal. But no, I don't think that a man should have a right to the woman, but it's the mentality, unfortunately, of a lot of men out here. And I'll yield and pass the mic.
I think it's also that, yeah, that women who think that they have to give them access, but I also think that it's because some of these women are not over that baby daddy also, that they allow these guys to still have access. It's that they try to move on, but in reality, they're not over that baby daddy. We've heard stories where the guy is stepping in, being the stepdaddy, trying to raise his kids, and then when baby daddy show up, all of a sudden they getting back together. Maybe he was in prison, and the baby mama get back together with the baby daddy and leave stepdaddy in the curb. So that's another thing that's been going on too. It's not just the fact that women feel like they have to give access. Some of these women want these baby daddies to have access.
Well, the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm a woman and I know other women and we talk. This is what we
Okay,
do talk about. So
I,
you
I, I
dismissing that as not being it, I'm telling you
I'm
that's a
not,
large
I'm not
reason why they still
dismissing.
giving them access.
I'm not dismissing that, but I'm also saying that it's the other way around too. These women want to
Yeah,
give these baby
that
dad
happened.
access.
Yeah,
That
that
happens as
does.
well. So
That
it's not
does
That
just,
happen.
happened to my
let's
brother.
not just,
What you said, but speak.
I'm not
No, I'm
saying,
saying what you.
I've
Yeah,
seen
what you
the
said.
other
What you
way.
said happened to my brother. Yeah, so I'm agreeing.
Now I
So
want to. So let's ask this next question, but I'm not going to talk on it yet. But so aren't men telling women to put other men on child support?
I'm sure it is. I mean, look
I
who
didn't.
um I mean, let's look at it, that whole thing about the financial abortion part.
No, 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 no.
There are a
no.
lot more men who's
I don't
going
want
against that than women. Why? Because hey, if I have to pay this child support, I don't want this dude to just skate off and I have to pay this and I gotta.
So
So that's so yeah. I'm not surprised that guys will say, "Why I gotta pay for this child by myself?" No, you go get this guy on child support. And
so
and the thing of it is probably that woman didn't really want to put him on child support. They probably have a agreement, or she just don't want to put him on child support. Period, for whatever reason it is. And then the guy convinced her to put him on child support because hey, I don't want to just pay. You shouldn't have to pay for this child by myself, even by yourself. Even though she probably she didn't want nothing to do with that guy. So yeah, I believe that's happening too.
so
A lot of this stuff is happening. I mean, it's not just one sided. It's not just men are just these women are just running the child support as soon as they have a baby. No, it's usually they either getting convinced by other. There's other people convincing her to do it too.
I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find out about all this.
But
Like
can
I
I say something real quick? Because here's the other side to it as well. Now, when the woman does cut the baby daddy off from the goodies, okay, as well she should if she gets with another man. What ends up happening is that man takes himself out of the equation, like I said. And when he takes himself out of the equation, he never says that he takes himself out of the equation. Instead, he goes around blaming the woman, saying that she pushed him out of the equation. When the actual truth is, she didn't push him out of the equation as far as his child. She pushed him out of the equation as far as his sexual access to her.
Well, that's an immature man, and then you have to ask that woman, why is she having a baby with an immature man?
wait, well, hold up. Now, hold up. How would you know? Wait, okay. Let's look at it.
Yeah, I don't think that's a valid question though, Mr.
Yeah,
Brother
that's not
Speak,
a valid
because you
question.
don't
But how
know
do you
those
know?
things at
Yeah,
before.
yeah. How do you know?
Yeah,
I
I don't think that's a valid question
Hold
though.
up, mute up, Koja. How do you know somebody? This is the thing that I always get hit with. How do you know somebody is going to act the way they act until the situation presents itself?
well, that's the same question. If that's the case, that's the same question you should be asked. Why do they say that about the men? It's like, okay, how do men say the same thing? How do we know that the woman is going to do whatever she's going to do
But that,
when
that
we
was a
first
well,
We
that
meet?
was a
don't.
both ways.
We don't.
We
So it's so
that's
it's like one side is blaming the other side, saying, "Well, you should know that the men, these men are the way they are." But then we say, "Well, with men, you should be vetting better." But it's like the same thing. Yeah, basically, what I'm saying,
Well,
both
both
sides are
of
saying the
them,
same
if
thing.
both of them have made a child, shouldn't both of them have known who they were having children with? So
Yeah, that's
if he's out there
And I
complaining
don't
that,
know if I'm
you know,
cutting
he's been
somebody
pushed
off
out,
or not. I can't
yeah,
hear.
yeah,
But
you
that's
are
the whole
cutting me
thing
off.
about a
You
relationship.
hold on,
The only way to guarantee that the
I
person
don't
not
think
gonna
she can
act a
hear you.
fool is not to get in a
Back up,
relationship.
Koja.
Because
Yeah, you
we may
know,
have started
mute
out,
her
you
mic
may
or
not have been
something,
a
dude,
drinker.
because she
As
coming
the
in out
years
of
go
turn
on,
every time.
you may become a drinker and it become problematic, or
Koja.
you may start with some new activities or some
Told
things
you,
like that. So we can't
really,
guarantee that a
Koja.
relationship is gonna work. You
told you,
either get in
Oh
and have a
God.
told you.
Koja. Koja.
Damn.
Koja. Back out and then come back. Like if you hear this, back out and come back. You're
Yeah,
you're you're
fix your audio issues, sis,
yeah, you
because you
gotta fix
keep
your
coming
audio.
in and out of turn.
Okay. Listen. I'm gonna have to sit down one day and have a talk with y'all. No one can predict tomorrow. I hear this
Exactly.
to an infuriating end. You should have known. That is inhumanly impossible. I could tell you one day I'll say I get paid tomorrow. Suddenly 15 bills come out of nowhere. Boom. People make it seem like people are not human. What Super Mike was today, he will not be tomorrow. That's why I hate when people say people don't change. Bullshit. You get older. You're supposed to be maturing and you'll see the world a lot differently. People have a conception of family and marriage till they start making kids, and then it's a lot different when you're actually in that position. You're like, well, shit. What y'all talking about? Y'all talking about side y'all neck. It ain't like that on this side of the field. Like that's why we looking at these things. I'm telling y'all. I hear when some people ask the man, "Why did you choose that type of woman?" Well, shit. Did you know she was gonna be like that? I mean, did you tell her that, yo, I'm not looking to get married to you? How many fellas have told that to the woman? I'm not looking to marry you. I just want to fuck you. I don't want no kids with you. I mean, if you told her that, then accept whatever result you get. Same thing for the ladies. You knew damn well the clock was ticking on you when he was on top of you, doing the things he did, and you can't say, well, damn. When they say, hey, did you know that he was gonna be like that? I hate that. I hate that to no infuriating end when I hear a lot of people jump on the woman and say, hey, you should have known he was like that. How the fuck do I know what another human being is thinking in their mind?
Because they always want to hold the woman accountable, but they don't want to hold themselves accountable.
Well, I'm gonna say people. This is why I hate this space because people don't like to look at the factual reality of things. But then that's the case. Then I would have to say that everybody that I have seen on this space of YouTube is fucked up. Ain't not one I haven't seen not one spick and span person. Ain't not one spick and span person. You were born into a cultivated system. You will die in this system. Ain't nobody above
You
that
know,
law.
people don't even know themselves. You know what I'm saying? People don't even know themselves. You could be
That's
acting one way yourself at 20 years old, and then at 30 something years old, you want to do something crazy and different.
well,
So I'm just saying, like, I understand that, and I do just to put some balance with it. I do agree partially with that question, brother. Speak asked, like she should have known, or that's because there are some telltale flags, like there are some red flags that people can see. Like if you when you first getting with somebody and you cheating with them, then they're letting you know right there they're willing to cheat. So if they end up being with you, then of course you know this person is a cheater, or drugs or some other stuff that you don't like that you're just being quiet about. So there are some red flags, but I know people that have been together for 13 years and get a divorce, and 20 years and get a divorce. So, like I said, there's some stuff you don't know, so.
well, my thing is that people don't really ask questions of the other person. I mean, let's be honest. when we get into these relationships, we're not asking the questions that we need to be asking, probably because we weren't taught to ask these questions. We just we go out on a wing and a prayer, hoping women get with these guys, hoping that there be a responsible father. But
Love
you
at
look at
first sight.
not, yeah, that love at first sight type of stuff, and the same with the guys. They're thinking, you know, that 10, and we be hoping that she's going to be a good mother, and many times that's not the case. We're not asking the questions, and we rushing everything because we in our community, man, and it's starting to see that in society. We doing things backwards. We're having children before we even having a steady relationship with each other, and that's why I kind of I bulk against the whole marrying early. If we had a stable family, then marrying early would be perfect, because you can always go to mama. If the wife does something that the wife don't know, she can go to the mother of both sides. If something the father don't know, to teach the child, they can go to the father, I mean the grandfather, the uncle. But we don't have that no more. So that's why we're getting into these relationships just blindly, and then it becomes a big mess. Now the man's blaming the woman for it, and the woman's blaming the man, and we're talking about men abandoning women, and when really in some cases the women didn't even want the man. They wanted the child, but they didn't want the man. Same thing, the man wanted to have the baby with her, but he didn't want her. So nobody's really establishing for the long term. They're just going by right now and for their own selfish reasons.
People have
But
to
on
change
here
with
we
each
try to
other.
blame one another. I know on the man's field we try to blame the woman, but if we look back in the past 40 years in the media, the women were trying to blame the men for all the stuff. So it's like we're blaming each other, but we're not really looking at each other and saying why we're not establishing these long-term relationships. And I'll leave it at that.
Well, what I have to say to that is maybe we're blaming each other instead of trying to understand each other. Because, like BMT stated, people change over a period of time. Like, I was young when I first married my husband. I wasn't the perfect wife when I first married my husband. I didn't know anything about being a wife. I didn't know anything about being a mother until it happened. And then I had to grow into the role. So there were a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations, made a lot of mistakes. But I think that we today, we hold each other, how can I say, if a person makes a mistake, you just don't want to forgive that person. That person made that mistake, they're just dirt forever.
Right.
That's the type of society that we live in now. Rather than
Absolutely.
two young people getting together and growing together in the relationship, we sit up here and a lot of outside influences sit up there and watch that couple and every little mistake they making together. Outside influences will come in and say, "Oh, I wouldn't take that if I was you, or if I was you,
Mhm.
I would leave him, or I'll leave her, and this, that, and the other." Instead, we need to leave that couple alone and let them grow together and make those mistakes, because there are no perfect people in this world. And that's the first mistake that we make as a group.
Yeah, we don't act as guys. We act as condemners, and that's why we have a lot of these breakups. Also, is because outside people are telling us, "Oh no, you don't need to be with this person. This person not good for you." Look at instead of coming and be a guide. Hey, maybe you shouldn't do this. Maybe you shouldn't do this. Maybe hey, do this, and we're not being guides and people to give advice. No, we want to criticize and destroy what could be a good relationship. That's why I said sometimes it's best not to get married early. I mean, in this environment, because we don't have people who can be advisors and guides to how to navigate certain things in a relationship. No, we got older people trying to be young
Well,
and
I mean,
haven't really matured.
well, see, here's the thing about it. I want to say this. This is a small space. Most people that hear the rhetoric in this space don't take this space serious. Most people that hear the stuff that goes on in this space, if you were to play your content out loud into the mass black media, there's a reason why they're going to look at it like, who are you? And can you show me your resume before you start telling me, what I as a sheep am supposed to be doing? You're going to be the ram. You're going to have to go out there and take your lumps and your bruises. And, as Faith told you, and I agree, people always try to tell me about marriage and all kind of shit. And I sit there and I laugh and chuckle. And I'm like, nigga, get some weight under your belt. Lady, get some weight under your belt. Well, you as a married man, you should be doing this. Or you as a married woman should be. I'm like,
right.
Do a few years and then come holler at me. Start raising some children. Then we'll have this talk again. Until then, we're not literally, and I might have to set up a panel discussion on the realities and the facts and the fictions. Before I do that, I want to put out an Amber Alert. That somebody asked me to put out for them, and that's I'll put it out here, and I'll put it out on my other channels and also my community. We have a missing person. She's been missing since Sunday. The young lady, beautiful young lady. Have you seen her? She's missing. Miss Watson. She was born in 1999. Last seen on Silver Moon in Baltimore. She's gone missing. Beautiful young lady. And y'all guys know a lot of our women turn up missing. And nobody ever says anything about it. Ma'am, I can promise you I will post it as many times possible. I will pass it on to Sister Faith. I don't think Faith might have a problem.
No, I don't have a problem posting it on my channel. Just make sure is the information of where we can contact anyone, if anyone has information included with this.
Right. And I'll pass it on to any other content creators. We'll do our part. If we can do one thing right.
Yeah, just put that up.
I'll send it to you also. Let me send it to you also.
Send it.
Yeah. She's been missing since Wednesday. And there's her contact number. Listen, y'all, let's try to help bring this baby home. She's young. And I wouldn't be able to sleep if I knew my family or someone I cared about was out there lost. So the contact number is 444. Mods, put that in the chat. Contact number is 443 226 2562. Her name is Labria Watson. Labria Watson. Listen, and I'm telling y'all, people, y'all, please, let's do something right. Let's not make this into something negative and disgusting where she's probably out there. She has a tattoo of stars down her leg, of the crown, and a crown tattoo on her left ear. Let's try to find this young lady and get her back home. It's serious. When I got a few email or two about this, they just want to get her home. And then, yes, ma'am, I don't have no problem putting this on my community tab, on my social medias, on my Instagrams, on my Twitter. I will do everything I can. I will talk to more of my BBN members and a lot of my good affiliated content creators, and we're going to put it out there to try to help you find her, get her home. She's been literally. I see that they're trying to find a way to get her back, or find a way to find her. This is the very thing she's been missing since Wednesday. So she's been missing since Wednesday. Y'all know the more time goes by, the harder it is to find these girls. Trafficking is real. So I wanted to definitely, put that out there. That we do.
Let me say one final word too.
Go ahead, Mike.
You're about to cut off. No, see, this that right there is like definitely the reason why it's important for us to get our stuff together as our community. We're like to me, it's almost like we're like a dead carcass, and anybody can just come over and just pick us up, take our kids, and we all by ourselves. We got to do everything ourselves. We'll rely on these cops and stuff, and they don't really care to investigate us like probably they should. So that's all I'm saying. Like, us getting ourselves together and getting ourselves to a point where we can at least work with each other in respect, it helps us protect our stuff and each other. I'll say it that way. Because, right now, like you said, all the women that's missing, and then, of course, there's men missing and children missing. This is just not really good for us, being divided like this.
Like I said, I will pass it on to as many people as I can. And I'll try to call around a few networks. I asked Faith and any other sisters. I know Faith, she'll do it. Brother Speak, I'll pass it on to him. Just y'all let me know. We got to try to let's try to do something good, and try to find this young baby. And I know some people looking at, why you calling her a baby? That is a kid. 1999, that's still a kid.
Yeah, she's quite young, in her 20s.
Yeah, so she's still young. So
yeah, still easy to get lost out here.
Like I said, y'all understand exactly. Like, y'all gotta understand this world, and I've seen in my time a lot of girls get snatched up, and I've seen them end up down south. And I said, how the hell did you get down here? Well, I was just riding with a few friends, and this one guy, he just started driving, and I was scared. I was scared to get out the car. So trust and believe, they get snatched up, and nobody ever says anything. And I don't want some people to say, well, what about the black men? Listen, just send me all the pictures of black men that come up missing. I'll gladly talk about them. I hate when y'all idiots do that. Again, like Mike said, if we were more together, more unified, we would be able to catch these things like that. We would. Because the minute that thing would have happened, we would have just called each other and just literally got out. You know what I'm saying? But these things are going to keep happening. You know what I'm saying? You're welcome. You're welcome. Like I said, we'll do what we can. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully. You know, so I get some people say, well, you don't know if it's a prank, BMT. I don't care. If I look like a fool, I don't care. Because there's going to be that one time when somebody does need help and we say, well, whatever. Who cares if she ran away? Who cares if the person is something like, we think too much and ask all the questions. And then when asking the questions, let's find the person first and get them back safely. Then we can ask questions. Y'all feel me? Let's get our people back first. Then we can be mama and daddies and start saying, what were you thinking? You know what I'm saying? Most time, most time, your child run away, Faith ain't gonna be, Faith, yeah, she gonna scream at the child. But the main thing she gonna do, she gonna embrace her child like, yo, you were lost. I was scared. You know, my child was walking. Luckily, I walked to the door. My child was riding their bike to the street. I said, get your ass back in the backyard. It only takes a second for your child, for a little black baby to get snatched up. Boys or girls.
Yep.
And I just want to say this because I'm out here in Arizona and there's definitely a sex trafficking issue out here. I saw on a couple of occasions young black women, and that's the thing. People think that this sex trafficking mostly affects non-black women. That is not true. The
No.
number one people who are affected by sex trafficking are young black girls. And ladies in their mid-teens all the way up until like their early 20s are the number one targets. I saw a young lady walking down the street. This is like when I was over in Glendale out in Arizona. I was at an outside restaurant eating with a friend, and the girl looked like she was high on something, and she stopped right in front of our table, and she was like gagging. She couldn't even talk, and she was like shaking and flaring. She was acting really crazy. And there was this group of girls, and what really kind of made me look at those group of girls, they were not, black. They were all, Caucasian. And I was like, wow, she's the only black girl hanging out with this group of girls. And she was flaring her arms. And I was like, is your friend okay? And the one girl came up to me. He's like, oh, yeah, everything's cool. Everything's fine. And I was like, well, where are you guys taking her? Oh, we'll take care of her. We got her. And I didn't think about it at the time because that girl ran up to our table like she was trying to, like she was flailing, but she couldn't talk. And I can't help but to wonder if she was trying to get help. And see, that was something that came to me as a hindsight because I didn't understand what was going on. But those types of things do go on. And next time, if anything like that ever happens again, I will definitely be calling the police. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say.
No, and thank you for telling us that one, Faith. And again, on site April, if you want to set up a show, I can network it with. I got some pretty good people. We care. Faith cares. I care. Brother Speak cares. D. Darrell, Super Mike. A lot of us care. If you want to set up a show where we can sit down and talk about it, I will dedicate a show to young Miss Watson, where we can try to help.
Yeah, that's good.
Try to bring up awareness to this, and I'm actually game for talking about black women being trafficked, not just for sex, but just being trafficked around all over.
For anything, pretty much.
For anything.
I mean,
For anything.
they use as drug mules. I mean, shoot, they bringing, I work at the prison. I mean, a lot of them be bringing the drugs in. Right. Some of them don't even work at the prison. Some of them do work in the prison. They're bringing these drugs in, getting coerced into doing it. So I think, yeah, we really, we gotta use this platform a little bit to talk about issues like that instead of just black women are terrible, black men are terrible. I mean, at the end of the day, look, we all messed up. I mean, our community is messed up, and we're all messed up, and we have to. We both have things on both sides that we need to clean up, so that we can then come to the table and see, like, okay, what can we do to repair it? And so one thing I will say, this space, I know it's only a small group of people, but it's really is a symptom of a bigger problem that we have in our community. Because some of the stuff even I'd be hearing on here, I'd be like, what the hell happened? But then I know some people in my real life, and they're like, oh, nah, I understand what's happening. And I think we're really gonna have to fix each other first, recognize our wrongs, and then we can come together instead of blaming each other. Just come together.
I agree. Yep. Because that's the benefit of this space, like you said. A lot of times we're confused about because we were raised a certain way and maybe we had certain experiences, but then we're seeing other behaviors out there and we don't know what's producing those behaviors. And so when you come onto spaces like this and you hear people, talk about their issues and stories that they've experienced or whatever, then you can start at least understanding, and you can start, because a lot of times you have to understand somebody to even have patience to deal with their stuff. So you got to understand what produced it. Otherwise, you'll see it and you just won't be able to tolerate it. So anyway, yep, that's it. BMT, you still there? I'm about to head out.
I do apologize about that. Like I said, we had a phone call come through. I'm going to probably set up. I'm going to set up with y'all I'm going to set up a show about trafficking. Um, I'm going to probably set up something about trafficking for a lot of children and people that are missing, and hopefully we can get this
I got a
situated.
story for that too.
Yeah, I know too well about that work.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all again. Young lady. The young lady's name is literally Labria Watson. She was born 9 September 1st, 1999. She was last seen in Silver Moon Diner, Baltimore, Maryland, at 10/21, 2020. And literally, she has tattoos down her leg and crown tattoo behind her left ear. Please contact 443-226-2562. Literally, we're trying to find her. Let's try to help, y'all. Let's try to help get her home.
Okay? Yeah, because I know we say that she's a young adult, but we also got to understand there's somebody missing her. She has a mother. She has probably other family members. They're missing her right now. If they reached out to BMT, it's because they need help finding her. Whether she went on her own or not, we need to help give this family some closure one way or the other. So if you can, please help. So I'm gonna, you send me the information, BNT, I'll put that on my channel and I will raise awareness of it.
No, I got you. Like I said, and I'm gonna sit down and talk with Sister Faith. I'm talking with Faith about it, and hopefully we can get this thing squared away. Like I said, I know what it's like out there, and it's definitely a different world for a young woman, and also for a man. So, and I'll sit there, and I'm sure we'll probably have a discussion addressing the trafficking of Black people. I know y'all like to think that that's not happening, but it does happen more. actually in our community. I think even Tupac even did a video. I'm not sure if y'all remember that video where they snatched up a girl in the street and grabbed her and threw her in the car. Faith, you remember that video? Brother Speak, you remember that video where it was a Tupac video?
Yeah, I remember that video.
They snatched up the girl in the street, and that's it.
Was it a music video or actual video?
That's a music video.
But not only that, I mean, they don't necessarily have to snatch them up. They can go willingly. Yeah, like young people are very easy to bait in, even more so than children. Like we think about stranger danger when it comes to our grade school kids. Even grade school kids know better. But when the kids get older and they want to party and they want to do things that's cool, I've seen people out here use things like, oh, hey, you know, how you doing? And, you know, they act like they're cool with the young people. You know, oh, you know what? I got some weed over here. I'm smoking. You want to smoke? It just takes something small as that. And next thing you know, they got them. They don't wait. They don't lace the weed with something. Then you knocked out. You wake up. You're somewhere else. So that's the reason why you got to tell these young adults and teenagers to be careful. Don't be smoking everybody's weed. Don't be drinking everybody's drink, because they use these things to get a hold of you.
Yep.
And then also the sex trafficking. I heard somebody erroneously say that it's mostly Black men and Black African men doing this, but that is also false. If you're just looking at Black men as being the number one perpetrators, you're going to be very, very disillusioned, because like I said, that was a group of white girls that came up and got that Black girl that I saw. Yeah. And nowadays they're using more and more women to trap other women. Like I said, with the hey girl, let's smoke some weed and all this type of stuff, they're doing that now.
Yeah, look at what R. Kelly. R. Kelly himself wasn't just the only one that luring these girls to him. There were other girls luring him to R. Kelly. So this whole thing, the big boogie Black man is causing all these problems in the community. No, we got some messed up women as well, hiding within the ranks, setting these girls up for failure, setting these young women up for failure. So I mean,
this got a song right here. No, go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm just saying it was already. See, Tupac and the Outlaws, "Baby Don't Cry, Keep Your Head Up," and this was the song right here with the girl thrown in the back of the car with a bunch of dudes. See, that was the video right there.
Oh man, I really don't remember that
music video. And literally, one of the dudes, he just opened up the door and let the girl get out and just run. See, that was told y'all, this is not new. This is not new. This is this is an old video. So we knew about this. Like I said, this is not new. People, you know what I'm saying? Like I said. So we gonna definitely probably hit on that. That's gonna probably be a talk. You know, we are in free for all Saturday, I believe. Like I said, and it's interesting. A lot of stuff is coming down the pipe. Tekashi 6ix9ine getting a movie, and that dude, he's a whole sex predator, and he getting a whole movie deal. So Epstein was using young girls to lure girls in his house. Yep. So we're gonna definitely talk about it, and definitely have a conversation. All right. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Bye.
All right. Bye.